Good afternoon, it's 1 o'clock. You're with First Local Afternoons with Heidi and Colette on this very special edition of Heidi and Colette.
Local Afternoons.
Go Afternoons.
No, local? Yeah, First Local.
First Local
Afternoons.
We'll get
it. I changed my hair.
I love your hair up. I think you look so pretty.
Yes,
well. I really do. Okay, listen. Do you have a master bedroom?
No,
you don't.
I don't. I live in an apartment, so.
I definitely don't have a master bedroom. But if you do, it's now a primary bedroom.
Yes.
Another new change that has come down in 2021.
Awesome. Cancel culture, man.
Cancel culture.
After the rooms, because how offensive. How offensive. Let's
think of other master words. Like, really, where can we go with this? There's a master controller, Kevin, without... he's the primary controller, but I guess we have to refer to him as master controller as he requested. So yeah, that's a change. You no longer have a master bedroom. You'll have a primary bedroom, and anything else that follows master, it's primary. I don't know what's going on with that. So what do you think about that, Heidi? I'm just wondering. To me, I was fine with master bedroom. I just don't know why it changed, but.
Well, yeah, I think that there is such a thing as taking it too far.
Uh-huh.
And I'm pretty sure you just took it too far.
I did not. I just saying, it's,
Yes.
Okay, over to the news.
There's master craft, so does that mean
I was trying to think of other master words. That's all I was going with.
The tool company that supplies Canadian Tire, do they now have to be primary craft? Do you know what it takes to rebrand corporately? I know what it takes.
Do too.
It's a long, hairy hassle.
It's a lot of money.
And it's tied to, government decisioning, and it takes a long time. It takes a long time is what I'm saying. So if you've taken nothing else away from this discussion, corporate name changes take a long time.
They do.
So if you have master in your corporate name, you're going to have to change it because...
What about your degree?
I don't have a master's.
Oh, well, you would have
Solved.
Well, you would have a primary. All right, well, if you can think of some other... what else do we have? Mastercraft, master manipulator.
Yes. Yes, master.
We'll figure some more.
Okay.
Okay, over to you. COVID numbers for today.
COVID numbers for today.
A master pain in the butt.
I'm going to start with the bigger picture, So Ontario is reporting 4,156 new COVID cases today, which brings the provincial total up to 398,835. So the case count is up from yesterday, which saw 3,670 new infection, and on Monday, which recorded 4,401 new cases. So I will bring that quickly down to a local level. Algoma Public Health did report. This is old. I was sure we had six.
Six, yeah.
It was six.
Not
yeah.
Four. Do you have four there?
I have four here, but that's from yesterday.
Too. It is six.
That was from yesterday. Yeah, we did record 6 new cases locally, and if memory serves, 1 cause of contact is unknown, 4 were the result of close contact, and 1 was international travel.
Oh yeah,
right. Yeah, because we were kind of like, that seems somewhat avoidable, but okay, sure. All reported to be self-isolating, and yeah.
Okay, right. Well, let's move on from there to quite a contentious subject that's going on in the city, and right here at Sioux Online, I'm going to call it the elephant in the room. Dan Gray posted a story with regards to a party that was held on the Easter weekend. It was a pre-lockdown party. Dan is working on both sides of the story, and we've received a ton of information, so thank you to everyone on both sides of the fence there. Yesterday, Josie Fegan, our Indigenous reporter, who's awesome, she did a story with a Garden River homeowner. All right, let's go back a little bit. Okay. I don't know if we want to do the side-by-sides because I feel like this is going to be an open dialogue. There we go. She looks too pretty with her hair up not to have her. Okay, there we go. So on January the 7th, I put out an article called "Since When is Identity Protection Based on Your Address?" And I was frustrated, and I'll speak in the first person on this one, okay? I was frustrated over the fact that there was a New Year's Eve party which released an exact address in Garden River.
Yes, I remember
pinpointing that. Now, I understand why APH went about and they had to contact everyone. They said they didn't have all the numbers and names listed who attended the party in Garden River for New Year's Eve. So that's why they had to release the party as a public guideline and to protect the public if you attended.
Okay.
That's one set of rules.
Okay.
So now we have a party that happened on the Easter weekend. No address has been released. But a lot of infections have taken place. Now, I'm not suggesting that all the infections have taken place from this party before we get any backlash whatsoever.
We can't say that.
However, there is something to be said if you've had a party and then continuously we've got 4 cases, 6 cases, 7 cases. It's something to look into. And I don't have the numbers of the facts, so I don't know. And if I could get them, I would be able to properly report that. And could would be the operative word. So, what has happened is Josie reached out to the Garden River homeowner who was charged along with her daughter and the person that she lives with as well, her common law spouse, who were not there for the party, by the way. They, in this interview, which will be highlighted shortly, we're going to release that.
Yep.
Algoma Public Health was asked by the homeowner in Garden River from that New Year's Eve gathering to not publish their address, stating that they supplied APH with a complete list of the individuals who attended the residence of that evening. So if they were in fact given that list, why then did you post that address? Where is the address? Where is the ownership with regards to this party that happened on the Easter weekend?
Yeah.
We did ask those questions. So when Josie did ask APH as to why they haven't identified the address or individuals involved in the pre-lockdown party, Leo Vecchio, who is the comms manager at APH, provided that at the time and location exposure where the risk, they only do that if there's a risk or sorry, I have to read this verbatim. After APH provides the time and location exposure where there is a risk to the general public. So apparently there was no risk to the general public on the Easter long weekend pre-lockdown party, but there was risk to the public in Garden River on New Year's Eve that had all the addresses. That is factual. We do have that posted to SiouxOnline.com. The owner of the home is frustrated with how this appears to the general public, and as am I. Almost like there are 2 separate sets of rules. Stay with Sioux Online as we continue for this story. And I will say, when I posted the story on January 7th, I had a comment on there that said, "Way to go, Karen. You called me a Karen." So maybe I'm a Karen today, but I just want to know what the difference is between these 2 parties. Just some facts, that's all. Please let us know.
I mean, like, while I think I agree with you, I think it would be irresponsible to draw any direct correlations with regards to, you know, the rise in numbers.
I'm no, I'm definitely not drawing.
No.
I'm
And
definitely
I
not.
agree with you. That would be irresponsible.
Yep.
I mean, it does look like something. You know, I won't say what it is because, again, you know, I take my duties responsibly. You know, but I look. There has been a school that's closed. There's, like, I think a real estate office.
Yep.
You know, and I don't really know that those are, that anybody was even related. But
no, me neither.
I just think in this time when everybody, I think, is trying, or the majority of everybody's are trying to kind of stay within the guidelines, you know, I just kind of wonder at what point do you just kind of accept culpability.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely.
Everybody, especially when it comes to our kids, we are all guilty of making choices in favor of our children that perhaps, you know.
And
but again, like, it's, you know, I'm not pointing a finger. I'm not saying that anything is related. I'm just saying sometimes it's okay to just say, geez, yeah, I'm not even sure what I was thinking.
Yeah, I'm not too sure if we captured everybody at that party. Let's release the address just in case there is a risk to the general public. Yeah. That's all I'm saying. And Josie did a great job asking APH those questions. I think I should jump in your shot here. Josie did ask APH those questions. We're waiting the response, but I just wanted to stand by Dan and Josie and say thank you for following up on that. We are reporting both sides of the story. And, you know, there's a third side of the story, which is the truth too. Like, let's be honest. There's that, there's this. There's always different sides to the story. So with that, we should check on the weather. Over to you, Craig. Remember, you can call me Karen today.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. And we are struggling to reach our daytime high today at 5 degrees. We're still at 3 degrees. We'll take a look at the board and show you what I mean. We still have periods of drizzle, light showers in the area. Right now, it's still liquid. It could turn into ice and some flakes later on this afternoon into our evening if it gets cold enough. And again, it's not going to take much to get that to the freezing point at this point. The winds aren't a big issue right now. Northwest at 7, and the pressure is falling. That means we have another round of showers and light drizzle coming in. We'll take a look at the radar and show you what I mean. You can see where the green is. This is a close-up of the Great Lake area. We're basically all under this system right now. You can see it just swirling around that low pressure system. And so we're in and out of those showers, that drizzle, and there are some pockets of some flurry activity, especially to the north. They were seeing some flurries earlier this morning. So we'll take a look at the forecast for the next 3 days. It's looking like this. After tonight, join me at 5 o'clock. I'll give you this evening's forecast. But for our day tomorrow, again, pretty much the same pattern until Friday. We start to dry out a little bit. Temperatures still holding well above seasonal at this point on Friday at 11 degrees. Seasonal right now is about 8 degrees, so we're not doing all that bad temperature-wise. On the weekend, we just have to get rid of this yucky, messy weather. Back to you guys.
Well, thanks for that, Craig, and welcome back. So we will go right into social media.
Okay.
I do see that we have, some people watching. My sister Tamarack is watching.
I see Tamarack. Hello, Tamarack. I'm connected with you, Tamarack.
Kimberly is watching. Thank you, Kimberly. Bradley is watching. And it got sucked into the void. But Kimball, I saw you too.
Kimball.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Kimball, a friend from high school.
Aw,
yeah,
look at you bringing on all the viewers with your sassy self.
So let me now I'm going to flip over to the other side because that's where I get all of the messages. Here we go. So Jim, our sketch artist, said our cats are the masters of our bedroom. Well, not the masters of your bedroom anymore. They're the primaries.
They're the primaries. We're taking offense to them. No, we're not.
Bradley says, have a great afternoon. We love laughing with you guys. So we implies the presence of the dainty Miss Haley. Hello, Haley.
Hello, Haley.
I want to see your picture. I want to see what you look like. Okay. And then Jim says, hey, Brad, because it's like a high school reunion here, right? Hey, Brad. And Brad says, howdy, Jim. Love your art. So good, good. Understand that there will be no side dialogue.
Yes.
I'm going to read everything.
All about
all of it. I read everything. And if you were watching last week, you saw that I read everything.
No. I'm sorry. I wish I was here for that.
Carrie with an A-R-R-I. Afternoon, ladies, with that ambiguous beverage, which could be containing alcohol.
Okay.
What?
I love when Mike's talking to you in your ear and I can see you like trying to listen.
The ripple.
Just like that. It's so funny. So funny to me.
Inika, evening everyone. I guess in the Netherlands it is evening.
Yes. Are you 5
waving
hours
and smiling? You're not eating supper tonight?
No biscotti?
What? Kimberly, good afternoon with a thumbs up. Back at you, woman. My sister, Tamarack, says, Christy, you should tune in while laid up. Christy does watch. I did a shout out to her brother on his 40th birthday. Jim says, thanks, Brad, referring back to the compliment about the art. It keeps me sane. And Inika says, I mean, good afternoon.
That's okay.
Inika, that is okay. And you know what? There was something else. So just give me a minute, though, because somebody said, somebody said something. I think they deleted their remark. Did somebody?
Oh.
Kevin, primary control. Primary control.
Oh.
Did you delete it?
He did not delete it.
Somebody popped up with. I'm not even going to repeat it because.
Oh man, I'm on the edge of my seat, as are you. I'm sure.
I'll tell you.
Okay.
Carrie responds to me and says, "I will never tell." So she's not going to reveal what's in her mug. I will find out. I have my ways. Carrie says, "I will never tell. It's 12 o'clock somewhere," and that is accurate. Hey, there's Steve. He says, "I was late." Shouldn't that be IWL? I was late. Okay. Anyways. Tamarack, oh, ha, 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 ha. Oh, if I could just find that comment. If I could just find that comment.
Oh, come on. Give me a hint. Is it
had to do with...
Is it me being called a Karen? Call me
No.
a Karen, I don't care. That was fact.
I think it was a Cheryl who posted
Oh.
it. Cheryl, give me back that remark. You put that back there.
Tell us. Karen.
Anyway, okay, so now, can I get
okay.
into news? Are you,
Yeah, let's do it. Oh, we're gonna go to commercial first.
Yeah, okay. We need a commercial break here.
Gotta compose ourselves here.
That's right. So stay tuned for some news and maybe Cheryl's
I know,
saucy
I want-
remark after.
Every time you wear a mask, remember, it's so one day we can all go back to doing this and this. Every time you wash your hands, remember that eventually it'll all be worth it for them and them. Every time you hang out here, remember that at some point we'll all be able to get together here, and here. Protect yourself and others from COVID-19. A message from the Government of Canada.
Welcome back to First Local Afternoons.
I don't know. Who are we
Colette and
again?
Heidi. I still haven't been able to recover that comment, but bring it back, Cheryl. Do it. I'm pretty sure that was your name.
But listen, Cheryl, I think we're on the same wavelength, my friend. We were talking about primary bedrooms instead of master bedrooms, and what you might do instead of saying the word master, what are the other words that you're going to have to exchange master to primary? And I believe that was what your comment was referring to.
Okay, well.
But we'll find that.
In other news,
We'll try and bait that. Just bait yourself through. There you go.
I gotta learn how to control the rush of color.
I love it.
Okay,
It's hilarious.
so
Crime time, lady.
Crime time on April 2nd. Officers with patrol services charged 28-year-old Randy Ingram with break and enter. It is alleged that around 12 p.m. the accused entered a residence in the 100 block of Albert Street West. At this time, it is not believed that any property was taken, so he just walked in. Okay, so it's not believed that any property was taken. So around 1:30,
Wow.
officers responded to the break and enter in progress. Oh, this is the second one. Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Randy is not believed to have taken any property. He went in. So then, on the same day at around 1:30, officers responded to a break and enter in progress in the 200 block of Gloucester.
Dad, if you're watching, can you let us know how do you say that?
Gloucester. A phonetical spelling would be
Gloucester.
great. Gloucester Avenue. Upon arrival, officers located the accused and he was arrested. A subsequent search of the area of the arrest found the accused to be in possession of property taken from the residence on Gloucester Avenue. He is charged with 2 counts of break and enter, possession of property obtained by crime, and breach of probation. He is scheduled to appear in court on May 10th.
May 10th, okay. Okay, well, this morning was a little bit hairy over on Manila Street, I believe, and Dan Gray posted this, who's on vacation today or whatever. Dan, vacation means not to work. Upon arrival this morning on Manila Terrace, which was shut down between Gore and Albert Street, patrol units were at the scene on Manila, which saw one person handcuffed. Lincoln Loudon is our comms manager for Sault Police, and he commented saying that the officers were on scene and with a potential firearms call, and they believe it was an isolated incident. As it is an active investigation, they are asking people to avoid the area. I'm not too sure if it's still closed down or shut off between Gore and Albert there on Manila, but maybe just avoid the area. We've got several photos posted to our website,
Yeah.
and we will be following up on that. And Lincoln is very good at updating us on what goes on.
Definitely is. So a man was charged with robbery with a firearm. So April 12th, officers with patrol services charged 33-year-old Michael Giannetti with robbery with a firearm. On March 10th, officers responded to a weapons call in the 300 block of Albert Street West. Upon arrival, the accused had fled the area. It's alleged that the accused pointed a firearm at the victim and stole property from the residence. A warrant was issued for his arrest. The officers located the accused on April 12th in the area of Wellington Street West and Carmen's Way, and he was arrested, charged with robbery with a firearm, using a firearm in the commission of an offense, pointing a firearm, possession of a weapon for a dangerous purpose, unauthorized possession of a firearm, possession of a firearm, knowing possession is unauthorized, possession of a weapon contrary to a prohibition order, and breach of probation. He's being held for bail court.
I bet.
I think they could condense some of those. Like, that's a lot.
well,
like, that's a lot.
Yeah.
But anyway, he shouldn't have been doing what he was doing, I think, is the message. I don't mean to...
Yeah, no. Hundo
Detract.
P, as the cool kids say. Yeah, Hundo P, right, Haley? Is that how we say it? Hundo P.
Yeah, Haley, keep us relevant.
Yeah,
keep us hip.
Keep us hip. Okay. Over to the West End last night, where we had a little bit of a police presence at the 100 block of Wallace Terrace last night. The emergency services unit, including the K9 unit, they all surrounded a home. I believe we might have already done this one today. And I'm just regurgitating news from this morning. But that is posted at SiouxOnline.com because we have other news to talk about.
That's right.
This one and postal codes and all the rest of it.
Yes, and there's a few more people on social media. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of round out our crime theme of the midweek. 4 have been charged with break and enter.
Oh, yeah, that's the one that
On April 13th, officers with patrol services charged 42-year-old Andrew Chiblo, 32-year-old Cameron McDonald, and 35-year-old Nadine Nichols with break and enter. Around 3:14 a.m., police responded to a break and enter in progress at a business in the 200 block of Second Line West. Upon arrival, the accused had fled the scene, but officers located them a short time later and they were arrested. Officers were unable to locate a fourth person believed to have been involved in the break and enter. A subsequent search of the area of arrest found the accused to be in possession of substances believed to be methamphetamine and trazodone, a can of bear mace, and property taken from the business. So Mr. Chiblo is charged with break and enter, possession of property obtained by crime, possession of a prohibited device, and 2 counts of possession of a controlled substance. He is scheduled to appear in court on May 17th. Cameron McDonald charged with break and enter, possession of property obtained by crime, possession of a prohibited device, 2 counts of possession of a controlled substance, and 4 counts of breach of recognizance. Held for bail court. Nadine Nichols is charged with break and enter, possession of property obtained by crime, possession of prohibited device, and 2 counts of possession of a controlled substance. She is scheduled to appear in court on May 17th.
Okay.
Further investigation into the incident resulted in 22-year-old Brett Wimette being
I saw that,
wanted
yes.
in connection with the break and enter.
Wow.
So they located Brett Wimette around 3:12 in the 100 block of Wallace Terrace, and he was arrested.
Wasn't that where they
So
were
yeah,
last
there's
night?
another. So for full details, just do have a look at the article. There was a lot happening in that particular
Absolutely.
incident.
No wonder, because the police services had to send that a couple times. I can see why now. There's a lot of info there. Thanks,
Yeah,
Nathan,
there was
for
a
that.
lot. Yeah, a lot happening for sure.
Okay, so today I just want to touch on the NDP, Andrea Horvath, the leader, who's a Hamiltonian, which is neither here nor there in this article, just that I wanted to mention that she's a Hamiltonian. The NDP is calling for the Auditor General to investigate how the Ford government chose certain postal code zones as COVID-19 hotspots. On that list is Hamilton, Windsor, Essex, Toronto, Niagara, Ottawa, as such. Okay, and I think we all know by now that it's the GTGA. 4 out of the 5 postal codes that are in the Elliott responded by saying the original hotspots were identified based on historical data and on transmission records and hospitalizations. So that's that.
So it's not just counting.
It's not just counting, it's not just hospitalizations. I think Andrew's alluding to the fact that if you're an MPP on the Conservative Party, you're in. If you're an MPP of a different party, not so much, of a different riding, you're not considered a hotspot. That's what this article by CBC says.
Well,
alluding to, allegedly. We're bringing the word back today, babe.
While preserving anonymity.
Anonymity.
But you know what? The upside of being in a hotspot is now people 18 to 49 in 3 Toronto hotspots can book vaccinations. The York region is opening more appointments, so go to our website for that. We've been trying to get to this local story for a few days now. It's not really local. I mean, it is anchored in Toronto, but it's a virtual offering.
What is it? Oh, yeah.
This is the Royal Ontario Museum is to feature creative works from kids and teens in a New York in a new fall exhibition. So they're calling for submissions of works of art that reflect life in a pandemic through the eyes of Ontario's youth.
That's
okay,
so cool.
So marking this defining moment in our history to help our communities heal, Royal Ontario Museum, affectionately known as ROM, calling on kids and teens to help the museum create a portrait of life during COVID-19 that reflects their own unique experiences. So hashtag #MyPandemicStory invites participants to share their creative expressions or those, or the experience that they're sharing with their peers and the community. Send it through to ROM. We have information on our website how you can make your submissions.
Okay.
It did start on Monday the 12th, and they will be accepting submissions right up until June 27th, okay? So,
cool.
Yes.
I love the Royal Ontario Museum. Okay, we're getting buzz in our ear that we need to go back to Craig to find out what's going on with the rainy day clouds, sir.
Well, it's going to stay with us for the rest of our day, if that's what you wanted to hear. But we also have a change in the forecast coming for our day tomorrow. There's a heavy band of flurries heading our way for early Thursday morning. I'll update you on that at 5 o'clock. We'll take a look now at the 7-day forecast. Not looking all that bad after the next couple of days. We're still going to we're going to revise those temperatures, by the way. We're not going to achieve those double-digit temperatures with the latest forecast. It just came in, so I'll make those revisions coming in. But sky-wise, we're going to stay with a mix of sun and cloud, and the odd rainy day coming up, especially on Monday.
Good, Craig. Yeah, thank you. I'm just going to round off the social media really quickly because a few people did pop in.
Cool.
Jim, hey Brad, I think Colette and Heidi are here, LOL.
Thanks, Jim, for that acknowledgement.
Brad says, yeah, somewhere in here.
We need to have these guys as our guest viewers when we can have people
right?
in.
We'll have to set up a Zoom or something.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah. So Danielle pops in to say good afternoon. Good afternoon, Danielle. Marilyn, good afternoon, everyone, with a little, the little closed eyes, winky smile.
Oh, cute.
Yeah. And then the little cat with the heart eyes.
Aww.
So.
Kitty.
Oh, Steve, your rush of color makes this show real.
It does.
In capital letters with a thumbs up.
Does.
Well, thank goodness, because it's not something I've ever been very good at controlling.
Smart and your red face. Match made in heaven.
Kimberly. Oh, thanks, Kim. That's awesome. I do have a phonetic spelling.
Awesome.
It is Gloucester. Gloucester. So my apologies to anybody who lives on Gloucester.
What about Farwell? Because it's not Farewell. It's Farwell.
Farwell, Gloucester. Okay. And
oh, shoot.
Mike A says, good afternoon from Costa Rica. I think you're being deliberately inflammatory. You are not in Costa Rica because nobody's flying to those destinations.
Maybe
we reported on that.
When we come back. Okay, I don't know what's going on. How many? 15 seconds? Just quickly, Government of Canada launched 6 community projects. It's posted to our website. MP Terry Sheehan is behind that. 126. Oh, lots of money for us and lots of programs for the Sioux. Well, that's it, my friend. We're done.
Okay, well, till tomorrow morning.
Ciao, Bella.
Ah, yes.